Hi, I'm Elise Morales.
And I'm Millie Tamaris.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Millie and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can go do literally anything else with your time.
And if you like what you hear today and want to hear more, we got to Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. This week, as promised, I went into the beef between Cardi B and plus-size influencer Samira.
It was tough.
It was tough. It was tough. Cardi B, Cardi, what are we doing?
Cardi, what are we doing?
Samira is also annoying, so it's hard.
It's hard. So if you want to wade into that discourse for yourself, that is up on our Patreon right now. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review. We love your reviews. We need more of them, but the best review you can give us is to tell your friends about the podcast. Post a story about it. We'll reshare it. You know that we're online.
And speaking of online, Go Touch Grass is on YouTube, and we have full video episodes every Saturday coming out, edited by moi. Mm-hmm. So you should check that out. And that's my Miss Piggy voice. Yep. And please check out our website, gotouchgrasspodcast.com, where we have updates on all things Go Touch Grass. Mm-hmm. It's going to be very, very fun.
Yes. And now in studio with us, we are so excited. We have a wonderful guest. She is a comedian. She's an actor. She is the host of the Webby and Signal Award-winning podcast Latinos Out Loud. It's Rachel Stone. Welcome.
It's so good to be here. Thank you so much, and thank you for accepting me and my tardy self.
Listen, there's Latina power in the room.
There's Latina power in the room.
We knew that things might get started a little later than normal, but we are going to dive right into our discourse today. We're going to.
I love diving.
You're going to dive. We're going to dive right in
into this discourse.
And like we said right before you got on, like you're a pro again, Webby and Signal Award winner.
Come on.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
We feel like we can dive right in.
We'll take that. Not her looking right at the camera.
Yeah, right to camera.
If you're not watching, she did just do the dive signal. Mm-hmm. I don't know what this
the fake
nose plug.
To
guys, this is
the water in the sinuses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is why you gotta watch the YouTube.
That's
so you'll understand. You can visualize.
Would you please?
Come on. Now there is some imagery in today's episode that I unfortunately it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit less fun because we do, for today's discourse, this is our segment of the podcast where we break down something that everybody's talking about online. And we unfortunately do have to talk about Matt Rife again.
Ooh,
Yeah. He's been coming up on the podcast more than I would like.
Yeah.
He recently took possession of the Annabelle doll.
Do you watch horror films?
I don't. I'm terrified of anything horror.
Okay. So
there's a doll that's creepy.
Long story short.
I remember the film.
Okay.
Long story short.
I won't watch it.
It's a real doll though.
Yeah, and right, but it's freaky doll.
Freaky
doll.
Can't do it.
So then a few weeks ago,
basically the entire Annabelle franchise is part of the larger Conjuring franchise, which is based on the supposedly real life adventures of this couple, demonologists, something in Lorraine Warren. Anyway, the point is, they have like a fake museum of all the scary stuff that they've supposedly found on their supposed adventures, one of which being the original Annabelle doll. And Matt Rife recently bought all of these items and now is the owner of their supernatural collection. So I don't know if the reason that this story that we're about to talk about is happening is all because he's now kind of the owner of all these paranormal objects and is at the nexus of like a vortex of evil. I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah.
But it's
they
not.
Could have demonized him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like he was already he was already open to kind of darkness, and then now he's living in a paranormal museum. So that's not good.
That would explain it.
I would argue that he's always been dark.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not I think that sometimes
darkness they'll meet. It's
exactly.
Access of evil.
Like he would not have put himself in the position to be the owner of the Annabelle doll if he wasn't coming from a dark place.
Yeah.
And then now he is the owner of the Annabelle doll. And so things are getting worse.
Yeah.
We're only the things are only going to progress from here.
If only you could do the right things with your demonized powers.
That's the thing.
That would be helpful.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Okay. So
we'll get to that in a second.
So the reason we are talking about Matt Rife again today, unfortunately, is because of a viral new campaign that he is a part of for E.L.F. Cosmetics. The viral campaign stars him and drag queen Heidi in Closet. And we're going to take a second. We're going to watch the ad right now. And then we're going to talk about all the discourse surrounding it. You can just go to the next slide.
We wanted you to react to Eric Adams' Dominican tweet, but we don't have time.
Oh, gosh. Is he Dominican? He sure act like it. He acts like a couple of cousins of mine. So
that's exactly what I said last week, and that's why it's hard.
I'm in denial, though. Sorry. I'm in denial. Something fell. Oh, God, the demons are here.
Oh, my God. It's because we talked about Annabelle.
The headphones. Put the headphones on. She called it. See, you didn't even know that I said that last week.
I interviewed him on the podcast, and I really felt like I was talking to one of my primos, and I was asking him some hard questions.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
Yeah. And he went around every single one
of
them.
them. Yeah, I'm like, and did he answer them?
He deflected all of them just like a primo
How do you
would.
define, did he answer them? You know, like, yes, words came out of his mouth.
Okay, we have to move on to a different problematic man, but obviously that's all incredible.
Crazy, yeah.
So this is the Matt Rife E.L.F. Cosmetics ad that has been at the center of all of this discourse.
Hey girl, has overpriced beauty hurt your wallet?
E.L.F. that.
Alfino and Schmarns have gone to E.L.F. Court for millions of clients, helping them to access beauty products they deserve at prices that won't injure their livelihoods.
Just ask the E.L.F.ing people.
I know a thing or two about red flags. In pricey makeup, you deserve better than that.
You may be entitled to benefits.
Let's get you those eyes, lips, funds.
Find out what your case and face are really worth.
Call us at 1-855-COLD-HARD-LASH.
That's 1-855-265-34.
273-2274.
How people gonna remember that?
Well, here's a number you can remember.
We can cut it here.
$9.
Okay, so that's the ad.
The wordplay is based off Celino and Barnes, but is that an I thought that's just a New York law firm. So they're making fun of the New York law firm ad. So I'm just like, how does this translate to a national brand? I guess they all know what law firm brands are,
I think that they're pretty famous. I mean, there is like a parody Celino and Barnes play that people we know wrote. So it's like, I think Celino and Barnes have some recognition.
And I think there are corny law commercials that come on at 2 a.m. everywhere with lawyers with blowouts and stuff like that. So
so it's like
a universal.
Yeah, maybe it's like, even if you don't recognize Celino and Barnes, you know, like a fake injury law firm commercial enough that
Your
it's
local,
like national.
Shavitz and Shavitz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I just feel like it's regional. And also Matt Rife fucking sucks.
Well, yes, putting a pin in Matt Rife fucking sucking, because we'll get into
He's
that.
sucking and fucking.
I feel like other than that, the ad is like a funny parody ad. Like, there's nothing inherently problematic about like the content of the ad itself. No. It's really just the involvement of Matt Rife. So
it's not like Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, it's not. It's a little bit different because the Sydney Sweeney ad, she's saying problematic shit. We talked about this American Eagle jeans ad that she did recently, and she's saying problematic shit in the ad. This is not that. Yeah, it's really just about him. So for anyone who's new, who doesn't remember, we've talked about him before. But Matt Rife is a 29-year-old comedian. He became popular on TikTok for crowd work videos. He was also on Wild and Out.
He was also on Bring the Funny, which I was on in 2019.
Oh, you were on Bring the Funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I met him on set a few times. This is not a brag.
Oh, my God. Yeah, because your sketch
so we actually have an expert.
Your sketch team. So Bring the Funny was like American Idol, but comedy groups competing against each other. And her sketch team, You guys
Room
got pretty
28.
far. Yeah, room 28 got like a
It
little
was
far.
so
yeah.
fun.
That's really cool. I did not
Thanks.
realize that you did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
no,
like,
Rachel's a legend.
yeah.
Oh, stop it. Would you
She's a
just
legend.
stop? Would
She's
you
a
just-
legend.
Would you
That I
just-
don't doubt.
Yeah,
I just
she's
didn't
a
know
legend.
all the lore behind the legend.
I love you and thanks for saying that. You
Yeah.
guys are legends. This is a legendary freaking
It's a
room.
legendary podcast, but you know who's not
Right.
legendary? Matt Rife. So
No.
you had sex with Matt Rife, is what you're saying. No.
I don't want to talk about that too
No.
much. That topic, sex with white boys, period.
Right.
I don't want to
Sorry,
broach
that's your
that.
mom's topic.
Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Millie's a good girl.
And that's a joke because Rachel's mom is Dominican and her dad is Jewish.
Mhm.
So that's why we made that joke.
yeah.
So now everyone has the context.
Now everyone
okay.
has the context. But back to Matt Rife.
Okay, but wow, I didn't realize that, sometimes we plan an episode and we don't even realize that our guest is going to have a connection that we're talking to. So you were on Bring the Funny at
Yeah.
the same time as him.
Yeah.
There we go. So anyway, he got popular on TikTok and Twitter. He is what we would call on the podcast a discourse inducer. He
Mhm.
is someone who causes a lot of conversation. I
Mhm.
don't think being a discourse inducer is necessarily always bad, but
It's
is
bad for him.
He
Totally a bad look.
courts controversy purposefully. His tour was called Problematic with
Ugh,
Matt. You know what I mean?
Racist. Wow.
He's always bitching about being quote unquote canceled. How canceled are you if you're the face of a cosmetics brand?
That
These,
it's like
you
that
know,
you don't even use, or maybe he uses concealer and stuff, but it's not like
Yeah. He has been, we've talked about him on the podcast in the past for being the toxic ex of Brooke Schofield, who said he didn't like outie vaginas.
he doesn't like when he said like that he doesn't like lips that hang out of the vagina.
He's got
and
a lot
then-
of opinions.
And his girlfriend, the girl that he was sleeping with at the time, came out and she said, "Wait, I have an outie vagina." So it's like
I think-
weird comments about women.
That's so lippy badges are so cool.
I mean,
Also, what do you mean, man?
yeah, what do you
What do you mean, man?
What do
I
you
don't know. Okay.
Yeah, but also to say that. So I guess the way that timeline works, and this is why I think it's so egregious, is that he had slept over her house, recorded a podcast the next day, and said that,
And then she saw it and
She
was
saw
like,
it, was
wait,
like, wait.
my vagina is an outie vagina.
whatever.
Anyway, that's a controversy he's been a part of. And then most recently, he opened up his Netflix special with a joke about domestic violence. And then instead of apologizing or trying to, I don't know, instead of addressing it in a real way, what he did was he posted a link on his Instagram story to a special needs helmet. And he was like, this is for anyone who's offended. So that's
Oh my
his energy.
Gosh.
That's his energy.
And the joke, I have to say, was at the expense of the victim.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
not.
It was like he saw a waitress with a black eye and said something about well, if she could cook, then she
Then
wouldn't
she wouldn't have
gotten-
the black eye.
happened,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the gist of the joke. So it's not
And
like
then
some kind
anyone-
of clever satire where actually he's turning it around.
I
and
forgot about the
whatever.
special needs helmet.
Yeah, no, and then his
Terrible.
response was the special needs helmet thing. So that's
An
who
asshole.
he is. I know.
And this is who is
They-
running who's running the campaign for E.L.F.
for E.L.F. or is starring in the campaign for E.L.F. The other thing that I will say about him is that one big part of his original appeal is that he used to be handsome in kind of this handsome Squidward way, and he would be kind of flirty from the stage and do these red flags with women in the audience. Something is going on with the filler now.
Yeah.
And I do think that he's gotten into kind of Republican filler territory now.
Yeah.
It's giving puffy.
Yeah.
It's giving. I said this to Millie when we were texting about the story. He looks like an elf who's been left in water.
Aw. And he's got a new clef. That's a cool
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
we
he has
want
a butt chin now. So he has
yeah,
a butt chin
he's
now.
really filled up the
Yeah.
chin. He's really filled up the cheeks. You can do whatever you want. You can do
You can
whatever you want. But
Mm.
I just think if we're gonna talk shit about a woman's natural outie vagina, we can't also appear
Puff.
with with fake butt chin, puffed up face.
So he's clearly getting Botox. It's like before he had just cheek cheek fillers. He has
He
cheek
did the
fillers on
jaw.
top, and then he did jaw fillers. But then and then he has chin implants. But he got the space between the jaw and the chin filled up too.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
see that.
like the buccal
Yeah.
fat. He got that filled, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
He's got like gerbil jaw now. You know, they
Yeah.
store the
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. That's
Yes,
good.
he is gerbil jaw. That is very true. Take that as you will, listeners. Take it as you will. But
And
I'm
listen,
just saying.
there's nothing wrong with a little, nip, tuck, suck, and fuck.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
But don't be coming out here talking about other women's vaginas.
For vaginas,
if we can't say
too.
anything about your face.
I think
can't
every vagina is beautiful. Look,
Yeah.
I've only seen a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the ones that I have seen, I think each of them come in different shapes, sizes, colors, labia, any outedness. They're all wonderful.
I guess like sleeping with someone, I'm not really focusing on all the things that I don't like about their body. I'm
Yeah.
just excited to be there. Like
Yeah.
we're happy that it's happening and whatever. And so I'm like, also at the time he was like sleeping with like he was in a relationship with 7 women at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe
Yeah,
he
there was a lot of
comparing and
drama around that.
contrasting.
There was his whole thing was that he would I know like one of his original videos that went super viral was him like pulling his belt off, and he would like flirt with women in the crowd and like ask them about relationship stuff. And that's why he like references red flags in the videos. He had like
A
courted this female fan base,
appeal.
and then people feel like he really betrayed them by the way he talks about women, by joking about domestic violence at his shows. And then he's also kind of specifically in other interviews tried to be like, I actually think I do comedy for dudes. Like,
Yeah,
really,
he doesn't like
right.
being
Yeah.
a,
We're not
a
his
heartthrob.
audience.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't like that. So that I feel like that's why he went harder on the anti-women shit.
Yeah.
Can I just say, and maybe you guys can chime in, like, as comedians, like, when you're doing your funny at the expense of others, is that really comedy? Or
Mm.
are
Yeah.
you just making fun of people hoping for a laugh? Like, what happened to the science of comedy? What happened to the methodology of a joke and
Yeah.
actually, like, stimulating people's brains in the audience?
Well, the thing is that stuff doesn't do well on TikTok
That's
because
sad.
you need like 20 minutes or 10 minutes. You need this bit and it needs this context. And also, I feel like that is kind of the big major criticism of Matt Rife material wise. It's why Mark Maron has arguments with him, is that actually technically none of his comedy is actually good. It's all like cheap crowd work stunts. It's like, how good can your crowd work be
Right.
if you don't
Yeah.
write it in advance?
Everything
and
is
all this
low
stuff?
hanging fruit, That's
Exactly.
all you're gonna do is like shit titty fart jokes. Like I have a problem with those kinds of comedians.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and I mean, I get why crowd work videos are like a popular thing to put online as a stand-up because they perform well
They
and
perform
you're
well.
not burning your like actual material. Like if you're doing, a show and you're a headliner and you give 10 minutes of it to crowd work, then that's stuff that you can just put out, and it's not like, if you're feeling like you don't want to put all of your jokes out there yet, I get it, but he does not seem to like, based on his Netflix special, also have great material that is like what he's doing. Like a joke where you're like, how'd you get that black eye not being in the kitchen? That's like a joke that is old, been done a million times. In addition to not being funny, it's just like there's nothing new
or
there.
interesting
That
that
joke-
only he could say.
Yeah,
Right.
there's nothing to telling a woman to get back in the kitchen. That's just
It's
something.
also 2025, bro.
Yeah, like it's just not. Again, yeah, there's no commentary. There's no other thing you're trying to do. There's no any of that. So, as a result, this ad comes out and people are not
about it.
into
Oh.
it. They people love it.
People
No.
are so happy.
We loved E.L.F. Cosmetics before this, right? Although
Yeah.
every single
That-
thing would cause a breakout on my face, but that's because I have sensitive skin. I can't buy
Yeah, it's
concealer for
tough.
$2. I just can't.
But that's also like the kind of thing that's kind of troubling me is like this is a brand for kind of like low income women.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what does that say? That and I'm not women who are victims of domestic violence and economic things. I'm sure it's like the Venn
Yeah.
diagram is a big overlap. So it just bothers me that these,
Yeah.
high end people like have Julia Roberts and Zendaya and
And we
E.L.F. has to get fucking
Matt Rife.
Rife.
Well, yeah, and it's like the joke he made was about a waitress who had a black eye. So it's like definitely someone who would maybe be in E.L.F. Cosmetics' target demographic,
yeah.
and the entire commercial is about how affordable everything is. So, all right, I'm going to show you guys now some comments from when E.L.F. posted the video. So we've got, you didn't have the budget for a comedian who doesn't joke about abuse. I thought you guys were cruelty free. This next one I think might be a bot comment or something. It says, I have helpful thoughts and builds. I don't think that's related. But the last one is, I think Andrew Tate's available for the next ad. So people are not into it. Okay, yeah. Ooh, Matt Rife, the guy who jokes about DV in an ad targeted to women. That's a choice. And then the last one is, how can we be a girl's girl brand if we hire Matt Rife for an ad? And then in the middle, we of course have at least one person saying he's a comedian. Everyone is too soft, swear to God, because you always got to get one.
Emma Carlson.
Emma Carlson. You can buy E.L.F. then.
Yeah,
bitch.
then buy E.L.F.,
Emma.
He's a comedian. So, guys, anything we say is cool because we're comedians.
You can say anything?
You can say anything.
Like, can we talk about Hitler or no?
No. Let's take that out.
No, okay. No. I wasn't going to say anything good about him.
I'm like,
just wanted
okay, guys, we said she was Jewish earlier. It was fun.
I am. Represent. Can we talk about diarrhea? Or no, I don't know. Like, can we talk about anything as comedians?
Well,
anything?
it is always funny. Like, the people who say, like, wow, you're a comedians can't talk about anything are also the first ones who are going to get mad. Like, I have a video that is a character that's political that's going viral right now. And I bet half the people that are in my comments that are pissed about it are also people who would say, like, God, he's a comedian. Like, you can't say anything anymore.
Oh, this is the same people who comment on my shit when I make a joke and they're just like, this isn't funny. Or like, okay, you're fat and you have sex. Who cares? It's just like, that's the joke. Like, I'm like, so you don't like jokes. What is it? Do you think that comedians should be able to say something, everything? Or do you
Make
not
up your
like
mind.
Yeah, make it up.
It's truly this weird thing where they're like, I actually only want comedians to say things that are offensive and right wing. That's like the only thing that those people think is acceptable for comedians to say, and everything else they don't like, hate it, think you're annoying. It's just ridiculous.
Think you shouldn't do comedy because you're like, shut up.
So, okay. People are pissed, as you can see from the comments, overwhelmingly negative reaction. People are calling to boycott E.L.F. People are posting videos of themselves throwing out their E.L.F. products. Other big creators are getting involved. So at this point, we're going to watch another video. This video is actually from Jules LeBron, who was the trans woman comedian who coined the very mindful, very demure meme last year, I guess. Yeah, it was meme of the year.
I missed demure.
You could say it.
She's still
you
out
just
here.
can't put it on the trademark.
Yeah,
but
she did get the trademark. She did get it, thank God. But she made this video speaking out because she was the face of E.L.F. Cosmetics after Mindful and Demure went viral. So she wanted to like step in, and I just think she's so funny and I like her videos. So
I'm just as confused as y'all are. I was the face of an E.L.F. campaign at the beginning of the year. A plus-size, transgender, Black and Puerto Rican girl from the middle of Chicago was the face of an E.L.F. product that sold out at the beginning of the year. In fact, one of the jokey jokes I made to E.L.F. during me going to their headquarters was that I know that E.L.F. Camel Concealer, the glowy one, is one of the best for covering a black eye. Now, I didn't share this with them because I was trying to keep things light and jokey. I know that through the experience of getting my ass beat behind a Buffalo Wild Wings by a grown man as a transgender woman, and having to go back to that same Buffalo Wild Wings the next day with a full face of makeup to cover that bitch up. And I remember doing that E.L.F. campaign and being like, this is such a proud moment, and like past Jules would be so proud. So can you imagine knowing that was such a successful campaign we were on, and my memories with this company, their product, and my transition and who I am, and seeing them hire that man for a campaign that would joke about a situation like that. I'm very confused, and I don't recognize the brand that's in front of me right now, and I wish that I would have a clearer explanation or an apology, but I see it, guys. I see your comments, and as someone who was just the face of a different product by the same company, I am also disappointed. Because when I was getting beat up by a grown man, and I'm 21 years old, I don't think that was a joke. I think that was one of the most traumatizing experiences of my life. But hey, that's just me, right?
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's just like the tenor of the conversation that's happening online. I think Jules LeBron has a great point.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting again to see like how much has shifted culturally from the beginning, because she said the beginning of this year.
Yeah, so
So
that means
it
they had
was,
planned it 6 months in advance.
yeah.
least, yeah.
So it's like how much culturally has shifted where it's like who brands want to be associated with in this way. Like even going back to the Sydney Sweeney ad that we just talked about, like it just all speaks to kind of this larger weirdness. So I did, to kind of get us into that topic, I also wanted to show you another set of comments. This was on Diet Prada's account that posted about this, which is like a popular Instagram for fashion news. So first we have Chriselle Strauss, who just says was literally no one else available. But this second comment from Jaden Medina says, it's almost like the brands are wanting the controversy, sacrificing values for the sake of attention. So I kind of wanted to like put that conversation to the two of you. To what degree do you think a brand chooses, like E.L.F. chooses Matt Rife because they want to stir up conversation, or is it just that people are ignorant and they're like, whatever, he's famous, and they don't look into like why or what for?
I feel like there had to have been a publicist that did this like a SWOT analysis, basically.
Yeah.
Like there have to be strengths and weaknesses of this campaign.
Yeah.
What are they going to look at in post sales? Are they going to see a crazy dip? Are they going to see, sort of a steady line? But from the consumer perspective, it's incredibly bothersome. I will never buy another E.L.F. product.
Yeah.
But from the marketing perspective, if we put that hat on, like to your point, what's the scale of measurement there, though?
Yeah.
Like, how do you measure the success of a campaign with a controversial face behind it?
So that's, sorry.
Well, what I was gonna say is just that I feel like they're trying to get at both. Like I feel like before, what I'm seeing is brands would try to be like inclusive and woke and all this stuff, and like maybe weren't trying to appeal to the right at all or to right wing people at all. And I feel like some brands like American Eagle are either trying to completely pivot, but with the E.L.F. thing, I feel like they're trying to have both. They want to appeal to a more like our Trumpian audience, because that's what Matt Rife is. It's very Trumpian, alt-right, whatever, like girls who don't care, it's just a joke, it's not that serious. And they want the drag queen hide in the closet, which is that, so they want to keep both. They want to, so to them, they're probably like, yeah, whatever, like we'll get this new group. They're probably saying like this new group of women that whatever, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Two things. Okay, so what's really interesting to your point about like how do you even measure the success? So one like stat that I pulled is like, so American Eagle's stock went up after they posted this Sydney Sweeney controversial ad, but Forbes just published an article last week saying like foot traffic in their stores is down. So, does it actually do better for you? I mean, obviously I feel like a stock price is reflective of if you are the center of a huge conversation and everyone's saying your name and whatever.
Right.
Usually that correlates with like your stock price going up. Don't ask me to explain.
I think
market.
like, sorry,
That
I
was
think
good.
the stock thing is, no, it's right. It's
was
the
very good.
controversy. And it's also like a bunch of older people like who probably never heard of American Eagle or like whatever,
Yeah.
never engaged. And they see this pro white people, pro, thing, they're going to invest, but then the actual customers are not interested anymore.
Right.
I feel like that's exactly what that is reflecting.
Yeah.
And it's like, who do you want to buy your jeans? You want Donald Trump to be happy, or you want girls who would actually buy your jeans to buy them?
Yeah.
And they're saying we want Donald Trump to be happy, because if we want to merge or do something in the future, we want him to be like, oh, I love the jeans.
Right. And our stock price is high.
And
And we're
our
high
stock
on the
price is high.
algorithm, the algorithm, the algorithm, the
Yeah.
algorithm.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the stock price in a way is just reflective of like, yeah, everyone's talking about your brand right
And everyone's
now.
Yeah.
trading and buying.
yeah,
It doesn't mean
everyone's-
that people are buying the jeans.
Yeah, but exactly. It's like, are people actually going to get the jeans that you are advertising in the ad? And I mean, obviously that's just one statistic in one, publication. But yeah, they said that foot traffic is down by 9% or something. So I also think it's interesting, like, okay, when we look at Hide in the Closet, the drag queen who's associated with it, Jules LeBron. These are people where it's like you would associate them with makeup
Yeah.
and good makeup because Jules LeBron, like the original Mindful Demure video, she has the line that's like, I don't show up to work with a green cut crease. Like she's talking about makeup in that video. So it makes sense to like use her in a makeup campaign. I really don't understand what
I don't know.
his value would be to a makeup campaign other than that, like, some women find him handsome.
And not anymore. Not with
Yeah,
that face.
not with, you know,
He looks like the
and that's
mask.
3 faces ago.
Yeah, 3 faces ago. He looks like the mask, like the evil guy. When the evil guy got the mask and Jim
Yeah.
Carrey's the mask and he put it on Dorian, he looks like that.
And we don't know if maybe that is what's happened. He does own all this paranormal stuff.
True.
So
Yeah.
maybe he
True.
is wearing the mask.
Maybe he is
We
wearing the
actually don't
mask.
know.
Maybe he's wearing the mask. Maybe
Something
he's
to think
wearing
about,
the
you
mask.
guys. He might be wearing the
He's
mask.
wearing the mask.
The actual mask.
Or maybe he just like looked like the evil lawyer type. So they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's bring him in as Celino. He could be
The evil one? Is that you're saying Seleno's the evil one?
I don't
One of
really
them
know
is
actually.
evil.
One of them is evil,
One of them
right?
is
Yeah,
evil.
we gotta watch our friends play.
Yeah, we gotta
and
watch
that
our
might be
friends play.
enumerated in the play. But okay, so yeah, I feel like I do feel like business people are out of touch and would be like, this guy's really famous online and girls like him, like put him in the ad. But also, to your point, there has to be at least one PR person who's like, hey, so just so you know, like if you Google this guy, the kind of the number one result is like controversy, canceled, domestic violence, like that is what he is associated with culturally. Like someone has to know, right?
See, this is what I think happened, right? Like he got quote unquote canceled, but like we all know cancel culture isn't real
Yeah.
if you're a man or like a white man, honestly, because it is real to everyone else.
Louis C.K. is on tour.
Louis C.K.'s so it's like he got canceled for this domestic violence thing. He's still selling out. He still did Netflix things. He's still doing a lot of things. So they're like, yeah, he has some controversy, but he's still selling out. He's still got like the highest paid comedy special or some.
Yeah,
He's
his
getting
videos
all
are
this
still
shit.
getting millions
His
of
videos are
views.
getting things. The thing is that maybe what they didn't calculate is that he's still popular, but not in this demographic of like. The thing is that it's not just a makeup company. It's a makeup company for lower income women. There's a lower price point. It's mostly dupes of more expensive makeup. And it's like if you're using queer people, trans people in your ads, then that audience is not gonna like this hard pivot.
Yeah.
Right? I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I think you're totally onto it. So okay, this is what E.L.F. has said. On August 14th, E.L.F. Beauty's global chief of marketing officer, Corey Marchisotto.
Italian.
Italian.
Italian. At least it's half Italian.
Oh.
So
Bada
gotta
bing.
put a pin
Bada
on
bing.
it.
Okay.
Bada bing indeed.
Bada bing.
Corey Marchisotto told the Business of Beauty, which I guess is like a trade publication about the beauty industry, that the brand was surprised by the poor reception.
Really?
And yes, and that there's a big gap between our intention and how the ad missed the mark for some people. So
For some people.
yeah, so they said that in this trade publication on Tuesday. Then on the 15th of August, we get this post. So they post to Instagram, you know us, we're always listening, and we've heard you. This campaign aimed to humorously spotlight beauty and justice. We understand we missed the mark with the people we care about in our E.L.F. community. While Elfino and Schmarns closes today, we'll continue to make the case against overpriced beauty. Heart. And then the comments, number one comment is Matt Rife just saying, had a great time, heart, heart. Can't really tell if that's supposed to be sarcastic,
I think
genuine.
it's sarcastic. Yeah,
I think so
he's
too.
being,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he's just being an asshole.
The hearts make it.
Yeah,
just
it's
feel ingenuine.
Yeah. Then Danisha Carter, who's a discourse inducer in
Inducer.
her own right, says, remove me from your PR list immediately.
Yeah.
Get it?
And then someone called I'd Reserve Couture.
I deserve
I
couture.
deserve couture. I deserve couture. You made an apology but kept the video on IG? Like you are apologizing for something that is 2 scrolls away. Make it make sense. Take down the campaign if you really understand the issue. I think if they deleted the video, people would be like, "You deleted the video. That's also bad."
There's no way.
Yeah.
I just feel like they could have been like, domestic violence is a serious or whatever. Like, a portion of our proceeds are going to this. Like,
Yes.
something like that.
I think the
Having that Rife comment is fucked up.
Yeah,
And
well,
continuing the beat. Yeah.
well, I guess they're not in control of if he comments.
Yeah.
Like, then they could delete his comment, but then they're deleting comments, etc. But like, because as soon as he comments, someone's going to screenshot it. So there's really no getting out of that. But I do think keeping the last line be a pun from the video is probably poorly thought out.
Yeah.
I do feel like people are always, if you take something down, people are like, you took it down, dirty delete, blah, blah, blah. And if you leave something up, people are like, wow, leaving up the video. So sometimes I am like, well,
Is there any pleasing?
yeah,
people?
I think you would get both either way.
I just feel like keeping it up and continuing the bit in their apology.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
No.
You have to do either or.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and there is like in between, there's like one other Elfino and Schmarn's post. I'm like, maybe you take down the second Elfino and Schmarn's post. Something, but I definitely don't think that we continue to make the case against overpriced beauty.
No, I know, and I barely got that in the fucking video.
Ugh.
Like, whatever.
Yeah. So that rounds out our discourse for today. That's where it stands. The one thing I couldn't find out is if Matt Rife is like properly fired, if they had other things shot that aren't going to be released, if this was always the only ad and it's just kind of done and dusted. Maybe they would have done a couple other posts with it. Like that, I don't think we know necessarily.
Yeah.
He did comment, had a great time, heart, which I agree probably is sarcastic. It's hard to say.
I just don't know like what else they could do with him at this point, because it's all gonna be social. Because it's not like they do. I don't really see like. Maybe there are like actual commercials of E.L.F, but also I'm just like, it's not like he can have his own collab. It's not like he can make his own line of collab things or anything like
Lip
that.
plumper,
Well,
face plumper.
That would be a good,
eye
great
puffer.
product.
Eye puffer.
Yeah.
Something that makes you look like you've been stung by bees.
Jesus Christ. That's what he looks like now.
Okay. I think that moves us on to our next segment. It's a segment we haven't done in a little bit.
We haven't done
I'm
it in a little
excited.
bit.
We've got you in.
Yes.
Millie, do you want to take us through Politic-TikTok?
Yes, so this segment of the show, we talk about the intersection between politics and the internet. And this week we want to cover, two things. I want to give space for Elise to talk about, or if you want to talk about a little bit about what's the video you have up, how's it going, and some crazy comments you're getting.
I currently have a video of one of my characters that I did. I'm on a character team at UCB.
Awesome.
The character it's called A School in like 2 Years, and it's a teacher at RFK junior high and elementary school, and it's a satirization of the way that Republicans want to change our education system. And honestly, I've been very lucky. Like, it's doing well online.
Really
People
funny.
have been really awesome about it.
It went viral though.
But it did go viral. And now I will say that, like, as of this morning, it's gotten to the place where now Republicans are finding the video.
Oh,
It's
wow.
moved outside just my liberal bubble. And now I am getting comments. There was a guy who Trollins McGuffin commented like 12 times in 7 minutes, just fighting. So now it's like that thing where now in my notifications, I'm getting they're becoming angry, but it's people who are fighting with each other. Like I don't respond to any of that stuff.
Okay.
I watch from my tower. I watch from afar. But I do have to like check randomly to be like, okay, are they mad at is anyone mad at me that I care about? No? Okay.
You know
Y'all
what I
keep
say?
fighting them out.
I think you need to call Emma Carlson to leave that little comment. She's a comedian.
Yes.
Can
Yes,
any
Emma,
of you
where are
snowflakes
you?
take a joke?
Yes.
We need you, Emma.
We
Yeah,
need
Grass
you.
Nation, if you want to get in the comments and just start replying to these people and say she's a comedian, whatever.
I don't want to get on the record for activating our fan base.
Activating Grass Nation against Trollins McGuffin.
We don't need.
No, I blocked Trollins McGuffin.
Yeah,
He
he's
I
blocked.
do
Oh,
have a
good block.
rule. if you're commenting at a rapid pace like that, like if I'm
Yeah.
seeing you, I'm not going to delete all negative comments. One, I don't have the time. Two, it's like I'm
It's
not going to
engagement,
be, it's
which
engagement,
sucks.
whatever. But if I'm seeing that you are commenting 10, 15 times
You
in
have
as
to
many
block them.
minutes, I'm blocking you for your own self. I'm
Yeah.
freeing you.
Yeah.
I'm releasing
You're
you
helping
from my
this
comment.
person.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
been trapped in my comment section. I'm setting you free
Yeah.
from that.
I'll block them for me too. So,
Yeah.
speaking of block,
Okay.
so that was the first thing we wanted to just call
space.
to hold space for that. 'Cause
Congrats.
Thank
That's
you.
a
Congrats.
Thank
successful
you.
thing.
Thank
That's a
you.
successful
Hey,
thing.
I'm in the creator program. I'm getting some money
For TikTok, not
for
for
TikTok.
Instagram.
No, Instagram you make
sucks.
nothing.
Yeah.
Instagram sucks. But I'm making a little money on
Get
TikTok
your
this
paper,
week.
girl.
Get your
your
little
paper, girl.
paper.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to talk about in
Thank
political
you.
TikTok. For the second thing, I wanted to talk about a shift that I'm noticing online. So I feel like Trump's tweeting style was iconic in a bad way because it was the first time that a president or really any figure in government would just speak kind of stream of consciousness without it like edited, whatever, directly to the public, just tweeting shit. That's not run through a bunch of people. He's like the first things. His tweets were mean and erratic, and I feel like for the first few years that he was tweeting like that, I think everybody in the news thing like was just shocked. Like, oh my God, can you believe what he said? He said this, he said that. And like, I guess everyone was like just reacting to it. I'm just like, whatever. So that kind of like immobile or like shocked people. So all the coverage of it was just like people being like, can you believe what he said? So I just wanted to read a classic tweet from Trump from 2017 after the host of the very moderate show Morning Joe criticized him.
Okay.
So here's two tweets that Trump tweeted.
Trump
So,
throwback.
Trump
Yeah.
throwback. We're gonna send
TBT.
Yeah.
TBT. He said, I heard poorly rated at Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Parentheses, don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came ... and then to the next tweet. To Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me. She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no! !
She was bleeding
badly
badly from a
facelift.
facelift. I said no.
Oh my! I didn't want the
So-
blood on the
Classic
sheets. I just
Yeah.
got them from Egypt.
Exactly. So again, this is how he used to speak, and it was just not a way that we were used to hearing a president speak.
No.
For American Democrats and for, I would say the left, but not even, I would say center and left, whatever, the whole mantra was, don't respond, we can't go low. Like the Michelle Obama thing, when they go low, you go high. We have to like be the most respectful. We have to follow the rules harder. And that will make them be embarrassed. That hasn't worked.
No.
That's not working. And there's a shift happening.
Yeah.
There's a shift happening right now, and none is clearer than the official account for the press office of California Governor Gavin Newsom. So there's the official California governor account that no matter whose governor is going to run, and that's where they put the official news. And then he made his own California governor press office account, made their own Twitter, and it's getting crazy.
Which is like, that's how the presidential account works too. Like there's at POTUS. And if you look at that, that's going
used
to
to be
just
Obama, yeah.
like that's just like, it was Joe Biden. Like it's like that one just gets handed off.
Yeah.
But at real Donald Trump is where we get
the juice.
the juice.
At real
And
Donald
now
Trump.
Truth Social.
And
as
Truth
well.
Social, and also at we talked about the White House Twitter
the
account,
White House
where
Twitter
they would
account is
use, what would
different.
they use? They would make bad memes, they'd use AI generated images, and they would make really bad things. So let's see what fucking Gavin Newsom is posting on his thing, the press office of Gavin Newsom. We have first this, so it says, remember this, guys, this is them now. It's a meme. What you actually see, this is a repost of a video of Donald Trump getting out of Air Force One, and he had the military men rolling out his red carpet to make sure he doesn't trip. So Gavin Newsom's office is making fun of, like, look at how Trump's using the military, and look at how we used to use the military.
Yeah.
So trolling. Then we have our next thing, which is, okay, so on the bottom, there's Rapid Response 47, which is a Donald Trump, like, pro-Trump account, and Donald Trump, it showed a black and white picture of Donald Trump pointing at Vladimir Putin, like supposedly giving him the business. Governor Newsom press office showed a picture of Newsom pointing at Trump with that same thing.
Yeah.
And here's the tweet. Tiny Hands is out here copying me, but without the stamina, parentheses sad, and certainly without the, quote, looks. Total beta, signed GNC, which is Governor Newsom something. Oh, his middle name probably starts with a C.
Yeah.
So, and they're tweeting with all caps. This is important to remember.
Yeah.
They're tweeting with all caps. Then, okay. Then they build on it, right? Because actually the picture that they reposted got more likes than the original post. So then they tweeted this, quote, new. We totally, all caps, humiliated the White House by, quote, by all caps, ratioing them with 3 times yesterday. A great day for America. Thank you, all caps, patriots. So they've been doing this for a while. It's not how we've seen Democrats do anything. It's really funny. They're taking the same thing. So let's see. Obviously, right? Trump was iconic and cool because he was different, right? And that's what Republicans like. They like someone who's real, who's not gonna get bullied, who this and that. They're tired of the snowflakes. So let's see what Fox News has to say about Gavin Newsom's tweets.
Well, I'm sure they're going to say he's a comedian.
He's a comedian, right?
Yeah.
You know they're going to react great to this, right?
Gavin Newsom, meantime, posting this on X, Liz, using all capitals, of course, trying to mock Trump, use Trump style. He's been doing this for a while now. He says, quoting, Trump just fled the podium with Putin. No questions, nothing. Total low energy. The man looked like he'd just eaten 3 buckets of KFC with Vlad. Admit it, Donnie J. You're terrified because this was the worst week of your life because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. I think he's trying to be funny. I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
Honestly, I feel like he's trying so hard to be Trump, but he's coming off like Kanye West. He seems absolutely insane.
So, guys, thoughts? Do you think that he's coming off childish?
I totally think he's coming off childish, but I do appreciate the cerebral comedy in all of this.
Yes.
It's getting the country to think a little bit more, and I love thinking.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm like, well, he's trying to come off childish because he's trying to sound like Donald Trump's Twitter. So, yeah, that's what he's doing. Do I love that this is where we're at? Do I love Gavin Newsom all the time?
No.
But, like,
It's funny.
yeah, I'm like, you can't be mad about the parody tweets, but
Right.
not the thing that it's parodying. Like, you can't say that it's beneath his office, that it's childish, but the president is cool to use the exact same language and tweet in the exact same way and do the exact same things. Like, you can have one or the other.
Yes. And I just think, again, well, it's interesting with Gavin Newsom's strategy. I mean, clearly he's going to try to run for president.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing this. What he's doing is like going on the press, doing like aggressive politics against Trump, against the whole gerrymandering thing, but also online they're doing this, which I think is really funny and really clever. And after this clip went up, the Twitter posted this. Bird Brain, so the guy who hosted it was Trey Gallagher. Bird Brain Trey Gallagher, parentheses, a so-called Fox, quote, news host that nobody has ever heard of, parentheses, says my posts are, quote, childish and, quote, unbecoming, end quote, of a leader. Can you believe it? Many are saying Fox, parentheses, edit the tapes, news should cancel his pathetic little, quote, bedtime show immediately. They are calling it the most boring program in cable news history. Total snooze fest. Sad. GCN. So I'm like, I want to see more of this.
I want to see more emoji usage, if
Yeah.
I may also be
Yeah,
Trump
honest.
doesn't use emojis.
If I had to make a pass on this, I would say that the grammar and the spelling is too good. The punctuations are correct. We've got an M dash being used here.
Yeah.
I think that I think they have the cadence correct, but I think what they're missing is that he usually has a couple things spelled wrong, a couple extra like periods, spaces, weird, because you know that he's typing it himself. So I think that they do need to add a little bit more deliberate mistakes.
So here's what's happening. Since these tweets in the past 3 days, Trump stopped tweeting in all caps. He stopped tweeting in all caps.
Oh my God.
He's now using sentence case. And a few days ago, he just tweeted the word B-E-L-A.
Yes.
Bella.
Bella.
And they retweeted. They're like, we broke Trump. We did it. We broke Trump. So it's like,
We've added to the Covfefe canon.
yeah,
Bella.
well, Bella, but also they're calling out like he's not tweeting with all caps anymore. It's getting
We
to
did
him.
that.
We did that.
We got Trump in sentence case. I mean, that is interesting.
So when people are like, what are Democrats doing? What are they doing to save our democracy? It's that they got Donald Trump to stop tweeting.
They got Donald Trump to tweet Bella.
Bella. And whatever. Okay, is democracy crumbling in this country? Yes. Do we have failed infrastructure? Yes. Are schools getting defunded and gonna try to move to a voucher system? Probably. But Donald Trump is not tweeting in sentence case.
Yeah,
and we need to make space for that.
Yeah.
Success.
Success. We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Nailed it.
We got him. Lock him up.
So funny. Speaking of lock 'em up, we're going to round out our episode with Grasshole of the Week.
I'm excited.
Yay, I love this.
So Grasshole of the Week is a segment of the show where we nominate one person who needs to go touch grass more than anyone, who needs to get offline, who needs to log off. And this next story is disturbing, is tough, is crazy. Sometimes we say lovingly, go touch grass. I'm going to check in with you if you think this should be lovingly or not.
Okay.
Rachel, I do have to call out. You have boys. You have young boys.
I have 2 boys.
Do
They're
they watch
10 and 7
YouTube?
all day? And interestingly enough, I thought of you guys nonstop on vacation. I'm sorry for this
Oh,
tangent.
I mean, if I got a text every time,
Listen,
I'm kidding.
We went to Florida recently, got back 2 weeks ago, and every time they touched grass, they're like, look, Mom, we're touching grass. I thought of you nonstop. Thank you.
What kind of people are they watching on YouTube?
The influencers, the video game commenters, the ones that open up ice cream shops in the middle of Orlando, or overpriced donuts, which I had to go buy the Yo Nuts donuts.
Oh, I didn't know that they're buying Yo Nuts donuts.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. So there is the kind of influencer kind of aimed to young boys like that.
Yes.
And today our Grasshole of the Week this week is a man called Johnny Somali.
Okay.
Johnny Somali, he is Ethiopian American, but I guess he looks Somalian, so that's why he calls himself that. But he's similar to Tommy Tough Knuckles, a person in the past, where he's part of this huge rise of nuisance influencers. And they're usually male YouTubers under the age of 25 who do, quote, insane stunts in public. They do these crazy. So Tommy Tough Knuckles, we had talked about him because he actually went to jail he went to court because he went into a restaurant, an Italian ice place, and dumped a bucket of 50 eggs on him. Or he dumped like a bucket of beans on him in a Chinese restaurant, and he'll just leave it there and like record it and post it on YouTube, and like little boys will think it's funny. Yeah. And that's how they get clout and all this stuff.
They just make more work for like minimum wage workers at various restaurants that they go to.
So the live streamer, Johnny Somali.
Johnny Salami is very
I kept
funny.
wanting to say Johnny Tsunami. Johnny Somali has a combined following in the low 5 figures across Instagram, TikTok, and Rumble. We all know Rumble is the right-wing Twitter or something. Or right-wing Instagram.
I feel like they start right-wing versions. It's like Gab is the right-wing Twitter. Rumble. I feel like there's so many.
Something, yeah.
It's right-wing, maybe Instagram.
So his whole thing is that he has no shame.
Okay.
And we're gonna watch some clips, but the first clip is from on this where there are a few men that I've found online that cover online issues just like us, but they're not funny. and they're not cute.
They're serious.
So we
Sorry.
win. But this guy, I mean, he has
Thank
way
you,
more,
man.
Thank you, man. This guy has way more followers than us. But this guy is called Internet Anarchist, and he does all this stuff. So we're gonna watch a clip from Internet Anarchist video about Johnny Somali talking about kind of his strategy and like his appeal to his followers.
Someone who's willing to do whatever his viewers ask him as long as they give him money.
If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
Unfortunately for everyone else, he wasn't lying. He's since
Okay, we can
spiraled
stop,
into
we
even
can
further
stop.
degeneracy.
I have something to say immediately.
Yeah. So thoughts on that, guys.
I need everyone listening to know that he is wearing a MAGA hat in that clip. So what we have is a picture of a man of
black
color,
man,
a black man saying, wearing a MAGA hat saying, I have no sense of self-preservation. And I
Yeah.
think that is important to note.
Yeah. What do you think of that strategy?
I would like to know his strategy more because maybe I can apply it because I have no followers and I'm not saying that I'm going to stoop to that level, but I just want to understand and also I want to know how he sleeps at night. That's probably more
2 questions.
Well, we might get the answer to the second soon. He has come out actually and said like he does have like bipolar. He has like I think he has like a lot of unmedicated mental illness, but again, it's this attention economy. You have followers, but you're
like
not
3.
gonna.
And thank you, Mom and my sister and my brother.
No, you have a few thousand.
We'll see.
So let's calm down. You have over 7,000
You're
followers.
legendary.
You're
You're a Webby
legendary.
Award winner. You're a
Webby-
single
yeah,
award winner.
you're-
I need this. Thanks.
Yeah,
Don't stop.
you-
And I'll say something because Miss Millie's been doing comedy for 10 years and I never get invited to any Dominican events highlighting Dominican American people. But Miss Girl here has gotten every award. She's gotten every politician. She's running in the parade. You're living my dream. Rachel.
Come with me.
I
Like,
want
why don't
to.
you ever hit me up? Be like, let me go with
I
you.
want to
Like,
go to the parade.
all right,
We'll talk
next
later.
year.
I want to
You
go to
guys
the
can
parade.
go in Eric Adams's box.
Oh
Oh gosh, no! I was nowhere near the politicians. Let it be known. I
Oh
did
my
stuff for the
God.
parade in Pix 11.
So-
Thanks.
So, what is his strategy? What does he do? You're disturbed already.
Yeah. I'll say
You-
it.
I'm confused.
You're confused.
I need answers.
You need answers. We're gonna watch. So now, here's a clip, kind of recapping his recent behavior,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna ask you guys what you think of his stuff.
God, I love this.
Ramsey Khalid Ismail, better known as Johnny Somali, wanted to become a globetrotting content creator, but when travel vlogging didn't work out for him, he came up with a genius plan to be as insufferable as humanly possible, in the hopes of farming viral clips. He took the mantra "all publicity is good publicity" to heart and found his first target country, Japan. There, he did every obnoxious thing he could think of, from harassing passengers on a train,
Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima? Nagasaki? You know. Why you do this? Pearl Harbor?
to being a complete racist.
Yo, this shit is in Mulan language. What does it say? This shit is in Mulan language. What does it say? I thought that shit was an error. It's Mulan language. Real NPC activity right now. It's hella NPCs out here. This is crazy. These are NPCs, guys. We with the NPCs right now, bro. I'm with the NPCs out here. Really with the NPCs. Hey, these are all NPCs, bro.
All while streaming everything for the world to see. He also began terrorizing local businesses,
Hawaii.
That's the earthquake sound in Japan.
Oh.
So he's making people think it's an earthquake.
Hawaii. Chinese phone.
an act that would later become one of the reasons for his demise. After weeks of being a complete he eventually got arrested and was forced to leave the country after paying a relatively small fine. He followed this up by going to Israel and sinking to a whole new level of depravity, with things like chasing cupcakes,
I'm too young for you again.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
It's legal here in Israel.
harassing female cops,
You a bad I swear to God. You a bad. I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God. I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby. Baby, I'll change your life. I promise you. You a bad.
and even threatening to SA them in public.
I'll slap that. I grab it too. Y'all know Trump told me grab it by the. I'll grab that too. Stop playing with me.
However, after the locals started enacting their own justice on him and his cameraman,
Hey, don't touch me, man. Hey.
Oh, snap. Oh.
he had no choice but to flee the country. But since he walked away practically scot-free in both Japan and Israel, he figured why not push his luck again, this time in South Korea. He kicked off his visit by desecrating a statue dedicated to Korean women who were forced into SA slavery during World War II, harassing an elderly convenience store employee,
I didn't even drink here. Are you dumb? I already
before openly challenging any angry locals to take a swing on him.
Swing on it now. I was waiting for him to swing on Johnny. I was waiting, bro. I was waiting for him to
We're ready,
do it.
Reddit, Twitter,
I
come.
wanted to stop on his
Hank is here tonight. We're not scared.
But what he didn't realize was that the Korean people were more than happy to take him up on his challenge.
Oh, 때린다.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Leaving him bloody and bruised.
Okay,
then,
okay,
just when he
okay,
thought
okay,
things
okay,
couldn't
okay,
get
okay,
any
okay,
worse.
okay, stop.
Uh,
So, guys, thoughts so far?
I'm not really for the violence, okay?
Mhm.
Like, and just so you know, I volunteered for a really long time for like a nonprofit domestic violence work. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm really not with it. But like, I wonder if anybody would instill the guillotine policy with this guy. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we should bring that back. The Marie
Yeah.
Antoinette times, just for this instance.
For this guy,
yeah, I certainly would understand if literally all Asian countries, but particularly Japan and Korea, just wanted to blanket say no more American influencers can come here, because this is not the first time. It was one of the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
Like, first time they were canceled was like, it's like
The
they
suicide
go
forest.
to Japan and just like menace people and act
yeah.
weird and try to freak them out in public because
They have like very strict social rules, or like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not a country where people act like, I mean,
Cra-
I think honestly, like every country, no one really acts like crazy in
Yeah,
public. I guess, I don't know, if he's doing shit like that in New York, like shit'll go left real quick.
Yeah.
But I think we see that every day,
Yeah,
kind of. So it's like
yeah.
a little more
Like, if I-
normal to us.
I think one of the things he did, one of the Paul brothers was like ran around Sony Plaza dressed as Pikachu and like screamed
Yeah.
in people's faces. So it's always like racist and weird, and it's like, yeah, I think in most cities, if you ran around dressed as Pikachu and screamed in people's faces, people would be like, "Whoa, what?" Even
Yes,
in
in-
Times Square,
in Ti-
I would be like, I would. It would get a pause from me because normally
Well,
they don't
you'd
run
pay him
after you.
$2 and
Normally, yeah, exactly. But normally they don't like. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a Pikachu in Times Square, but if he was running around, if he was mobile like that,
Yeah. Yeah, so guys, on top of everything that you guys saw with him in Korea, he also streamed with a very popular Korean streamer named Bong Bong. And so they did like a stream collaboration, and then later he made deep fakes of him kissing her and like shared it, like shared like look at me kissing Bing Bong, and in the right corner you could see obviously it's a deep fake. So that's not good. So he's again destroying businesses. He's desecrating statues. Again, the statues that he's desecrating were statues that were made like kind of not in honor, but like highlighting this really fucked up thing that happened to a lot of Korean women where they were sex trafficked during World War II for like Japanese soldiers. So what he's doing is like standing by the statue and making it look like they're giving him head. And so people got fucking pissed about that.
yeah, it seems like a lot of his stuff is either racist or misogynistic or an awesome combo of both.
Wow.
So
That's hard.
he was charged by the Korean government for obstruction of business and for the crime of AI deepfakes. They take the AI shit deepfakes, they take it really seriously.
Good.
They passed a law in 2024 that, like, in September 2024, about like you go to jail for a long time if they catch you using deepfakes. So as soon as they got him in custody, they took away his streaming equipment and his passport, and he wasn't taking this seriously. So actually, he got arrested last November, and he's been going to court multiple times. And his first court date, he did not take it seriously. He showed up 1 hour late to court, wearing a MAGA hat.
Oh gosh.
Then 5 days ago, this guy named Atozi, who's another internet guy covering it, he has his whole channel is covering like kind of guys like this and what happens to them and stuff. So this guy actually flew to Seoul and covered the story. So now we're gonna get he witnessed the third trial 5 days ago, and now we're gonna see what his reflections on what's happening.
Okay, so we just got out of Johnny Somali's third court day here in the beautiful yet rainy Seoul, South Korea. And it's safe to say, last time things went terrible for him. Today things went awful, and honestly kind of embarrassing because a lot of the stuff they did not make sense whatsoever. Clearly, he was way more locked in. He realized how much he screwed up now, it seems like, and he's realizing, uh-oh, I might be stuck in prison for a long time. So today, at least, he was very serious. So, currently he's facing 8 counts, or 8 charges, and 4 of which are obstruction of businesses, 2 of which are misdemeanors. He pled guilty to all 6 of those charges. Then you have the 2 big charges, which are the deepfakes charges, and the deepfake charges are for distributing the deepfakes. Unfortunately for him, he decided to plead not guilty to the distribution of deepfakes because, in quote, he distributed them, but he did not make them. So that's why he's pleading not guilty. The problem for him when doing that is that means they actually have to bring the victims of the deepfakes into the court for questioning. And that extends the whole trial process by easily 2 to 3 months. So if he just pleaded guilty to that, things would be over pretty quickly. He would get his sentence and he would at least know what his fate is. But now they're deciding to extend the process for no real upside. And by him not pleading guilty, that just makes the sentence even harsher on him. So currently the legal analysts I've been talking to, they're expecting a 5 to 8 year sentence for him from all this. So that's definitely going to be very interesting to see how all this pans out.
So he's going to spend 5 to 8 years, maybe 10. And the court that he's going through, it's not, I think it's kind of similar. It's not similar to like a U.S. local court. It's similar to the Southern District of New York court, which is like, basically, they have a 90% conviction rate. Like, it doesn't go to that level unless they're actually like have overwhelming evidence. And that's why you don't ever want to get a case with them, because that means that they've been on your ass for a while.
The way I'm not trying to get arrested in my country or another country. I am not trying to get arrested in another country where I'm like, I don't know the basic rules at all. Like, I don't. Other places have different rights and shit, and like, yeah,
Hell no. I mean, there is a silver lining here. From what I read, he's being represented by Celino and Barnes.
Yeah.
No, Elfino and Schmarns. Matt Rife is his fucking.
Yeah.
He would love if Matt.
And you know what their defense is? Your Honor, he's a comedian.
Hey, Emma is the counsel on the case, isn't she?
Yeah. So, guys, you know, you gotta fucking log off. It's not funny. Not everything's a joke. And he's gonna be in jail for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Yikes.
For being an asshole.
And I will say it's not 11 Go Touch Grass for
It's
me.
not. It's not 11 Go Touch Grass.
Yeah.
No.
Any other thoughts about Johnny Somali or anything else?
I just this entire, I mean, I guess it's always existed to a certain extent, but this world of like just menacing random people and making them confused, making service workers confused, making just random Japanese people who are on their way to work confused. I don't.
Yelling at them. Yeah.
Yelling, saying offensive stuff on purpose. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
But that's like, they want attention. That's the thing, is everyone wants to be creators. Everyone wants attention, and they're not learning a fucking skill.
No.
And his thing, instead of like, I'll do anything for attention, it's like, why don't you get really good at a skill? Why don't you take all this time and learn how to fucking do parkour
Yeah.
or some shit and
That
flip
is
off
what he would
stuff.
wanna do.
He's gonna do parkour. And at least if you're being an asshole in public, you're gonna be flipping. And the audience
Yeah.
and you'll get things. I'm just saying, just do parkour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least Benson Boone does the backflip.
At least Benson Boone does the
I'd
backflip.
watch that. And
Yeah.
also, can I just remind people that karma's a bitch?
Yes.
Karma is real.
Karma's a bitch.
And it will come for you.
It will come for you. And it's like, he didn't learn his lesson in Japan. He didn't learn his lesson in Israel. He learned his lesson in Korea.
Yeah, Korea's. I did like in that video you showed. It was like, but unfortunately for him, the Korean people had other ideas. And it's like, oh shit, yeah, don't fuck with the Koreans.
Don't fuck with the. So his ass is going.
They got laws
They
over
got
there.
Laws. They got real harsh laws. They got
Yeah.
laws for the crime of being a nuisance influencer, desecrating statues, causing chaos, and using a deep fake to say you kissed someone when you didn't, which is so lame.
Yeah.
Johnny Somali, I mean, you're touching concrete.
Yeah.
In jail for a long time.
Yeah.
But Johnny Somali, go touch grass. Rachel, where can we find you? Where can
Tell our
listeners handles, shows, everything? Let's go.
Yes, you can follow me at Rachel La Loca. That's Rachel, so Jewish, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, Rachel La Loca, so Dominican.
Dominican.
You can also follow the podcast
Yes.
at We Are Latinos Out Loud.
Beautiful.
There's some stuff coming up for Latinx Heritage Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, whatever you want to
What
call
is
it.
that? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't think it was canceled yet. And I'm gonna keep it alive if I can.
You know, it's like Matt Rife canceled. Like, it's canceled, but it's coming back 20 times stronger. And it's going to be in an E.L.F. campaign.
What is canceled?
What is canceled,
canceled anyway? Though I am sure no one's like just reminded Trump that it's happening. Otherwise, he would certainly be tweeting. Maybe that's what Bella was. Maybe he was about to tweet something about Hispanic Heritage Month.
He's
and he
bad
got
at the
confused.
Bella twins.
Yeah,
the Garcia
exactly.
twins, yeah.
Guys, you can find me on Instagram at Pandalise, on TikTok at Elise Navidad, and this podcast at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamaris at Instagram and TikTok, and at Millie Tamaris on Twitter. And until next time,
go touch grass. We did it!
Yay!
Great episode. You were a wonderful guest. So
Rachel,
funny.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You were great.
Yeah, you
Thank
were
you
such
so
a
much.